Everybody talks about sales techniques, but most of the time sales happen on the unconscious level. And this has nothing to do with sales techniques. This has everything to do with high status. What do I mean by high status? There are 3 criteria to evaluate a social status level, apart from, of course, apparent wealth. These criteria are confidence, because people are impressed by a confident person; popularity, people admire a popular person; and power, people follow the lead of a powerful person. When you excel in all 3 of these criteria, you earn a high status position, regardless of your bank account. And when you negotiate from a high status position, everything is easier, and more often than not, you win the negotiation. There's no sales technique needed. Sales techniques are mostly for people who have already lost their high status position. So forget the lame advice like smile, show empathy, be excited, acknowledge what they say, mimic their posture like a monkey, and all this kind of crap. That's totally useless. All you need is this 3-step process that I call the Trident Blueprint. I'm David Vasilievich, by the way. I started my first company in 1996, followed by many others. Some were failures, actually most were failures, and I met a couple of millions with a few of them. How did I do that? I worked in mergers and acquisitions for a decade with 7, 8, and 9-figure business owners. I saw them at work on a daily basis, and I learned a lot with those people, especially about negotiation. And that's the knowledge that I want to teach you today, because you need negotiation skills on a daily basis in everything you do. And once you get this 3-step process, you will apply it every day. All right? So what's this 3-step process? First, you rise up. Effective negotiators have a style that other people admire. They are not like everybody else. Most of the time, your approach and manner count for more than the actual content of the discussion. So how do you nurture and develop this style? Here's the right mindset. You are giving them an opportunity because you know your services or products are gold. If you don't believe in this statement, you have a problem. If you try to sell garbage, none of this can help. You can stop the video. If you believe in what you have to sell, it changes everything. Okay? To be really convincing, you have to believe in what you are saying and in what you are selling. That's the transfer of emotion that you may have heard of already somewhere, and you can't transfer something that you don't have. Agree? That's the first rule of a negotiator. So there are 2 kinds of people. Those who need others, and people usually run away from them, and those who don't need anyone, and people naturally follow them. Well-being and confidence are attractive. Dependence is not. Dependence is akin to weakness. Confidence is what allows you to be admired by your employees, your clients, your partners, and your competitors, and your spouse, which is the icing on the cake. Confidence comes from being 100% certain of yourself and of the quality of your offer. All right? Products or services. So first, it was rise up. Second, be unpredictable. Offer something new. Be someone that they are not used to seeing. Don't be just another forgettable supplier of stuff. Be original, especially in the beginning of the encounter. Don't be afraid to be different. Take radical stances and adopt contrarians' opinions. It works. Try to be different from what people usually see. Don't just be like every other person who sells things. Boring. Be unique. Be original. Especially when you first meet someone. Don't worry about being different. Great things come to those who take strong and different opinions. I'm not asking you to fake them. You do have different and strong opinions about many things. So just be yourself, as cheesy as it sounds. Just don't be afraid to speak up. You must understand that the person in front of you is slow to process details, especially in the beginning of a meeting. They don't know you. So their brain is lazy. Their brain quickly labels people. If what you convey is complicated with abstract jargon, or if it's the same kind of crap that others convey, if your message is close to what they have guessed, their brain will label you as boring. Déjà vu. They will mentally check out on you. As soon as they solve the puzzle and see the whole story, they will drop out. The human nature is paradoxical. When we gauge somebody and they slip out of our grasp, they are beyond our control, that's when we consider this person important. And that's when we come to admire them. But when we see that we can control this person and anticipate them and we can frame them, then we are not interested in them anymore. Thank you. Next. The human mind pushes us to chase what moves away from us. There are a lot of parallels with dating. Who's the prize? Who's chasing whom? It's up to you to take control of this kind of dynamic. How? By being different. It's easy. Because nowadays, people are afraid to be different. They are different. Each of us is different, but they are afraid to be different because they think they will lose this popularity contest. While being too different is hardly ever a real problem, really. Most people like people that have different views and opinions and express them. You will find greater details on this topic in my book, The 400-Hour Workweek. Get it on Amazon or by following the link in the description. To summarize, the harder you try to fit into the social scene, the lower your social value becomes. The harder you try to fit into the social scene, the lower your social value becomes. Your message must be recognized as something new and positive. That's how you are different. All right? So rise up, be unpredictable, and third, own the conversation. How to own the conversation? Whoever you happen to negotiate with, whether you are the buyer or you are the seller, you set the agenda. You set out what will be discussed and in which order. You decide when the subject is closed, and you decide when to jump on another topic. You ask questions and you decide if the answers are adequate. When they ask you questions, feel free to reframe the question or to answer with another question. Okay? And you are the one who ends the meeting. That's how you own the conversation. Did you notice when I said that when someone asks you something, you are free to reframe the question? Why would you do that? Listen well. When you answer people's questions, you are in the reactive mode. Not good. You must be in the proactive mode to own the conversation. If you answer too many people's questions, you become framed. Even a tiny bit. Warning. First question you answer, then you answer a second question, then a follow-up question, then a fourth question, and you become more and more framed. I know that thinking like that might sound radical, and it is. But think about it. Who holds all the cards during a police interrogation? It's not the suspect. So don't fall into this trap unless you are Kaiser Soze. Does it mean that you should never answer a question? No. There are contexts. If you happen to do sales calls, there are some legitimate questions that need to be answered, right? If you happen to do a Q&A session, answering questions is what you are here for, right? But beware, especially during high-level negotiations with potential partners, bankers, big clients, and so on. We believe that we are free to answer in whichever way we choose, but we are already limited by the question. Keep this in mind, because nobody knows it. Now you know. And it's a subconscious play. Okay? And sometimes I know it will be hard, because you are not the only one out there who wants to own the conversation. It's the survival of the fittest. And the stronger frame remains. Sometimes there's a battle. It's fierce. But most of the time it's smooth. You don't need to be confrontational. Be very respectful. Remember the iron fist in a velvet glove. And besides, if your counterpart is as skilled as you are, you will earn their utmost respect. Alpha negotiators always recognize each other. You will be labeled and remembered as dangerous. And people like to do business with dangerous negotiators. All right? That's all you need to win the negotiation, especially when the stakes are high. Rise up, be unpredictable, and own the conversation. By using only one or two of them, you are already among the best negotiators in mastering all three aspects of the trident. You will leave an unforgettable mark, and you will quickly notice the result of the trident effect on your business. Just practice and refine. And if you need more personal guidance, check the links in the description below. I've been working one-to-one with business owners for almost a decade, simply because one-to-one coaching is the highest possible success rate known to humankind. Period. Now, one last thing, very important. As I told you in the beginning, the key is to negotiate from a high status position. Without high status, your message can't be heard. Regardless of your idea, your business, your logic, your communication, your flow, your technique, if they don't believe that you are a high status individual, they won't pay attention to you. So remember the 3 criteria to evaluate a social status. What have we said? Confidence, popularity, and power. And what have we just learned with the Trident blueprint? Rise up, be unpredictable, and own the conversation. When you rise up, it gives you confidence. When you are unpredictable, it gives you popularity. When you own the conversation, it gives you power. Now you get it. Go and use it.